What is up, movie lovers? Welcome to our very first Hollywood bunker. This is Apocaflix Underground, where we kind of just kick back, let loose, be ourselves, no restrictions. On our regular podcasts, we don't really curse. We try to keep it clean to broaden our audience, but this podcast is specifically...
Fuck that, right?
Exactly. Fuck that. This podcast is specifically for us to just be ourselves and kick back. It's a lot more like unprofessional, and we just do whatever the fuck we want. So,
Damn.
I'm here. I'm Jacob Bartley, by the way, the host of the Movie News Podcast and a bunch of other things on here. And I'm here with my normal guests, not even guests, but my partners in crime in this movie world. Gio Ramos, what's up, man?
Well, so far we've had three fucks now, so this is no longer PG-13, guys. We're now R-rated.
This is rated R. How you doing, man?
Good. Glad to be here. We all got beers.
You finally get to cuss on the podcast.
Yeah, about time.
I actually slipped up a couple weeks ago.
I'm digging this shit
on the movie news. Jake Berlin, how you doing, man?
Good. Glad to be here. Looking forward to the underground style.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a normal podcast. We're gonna do every 2 weeks or so, and how it's gonna work is we're gonna have a topic and we're going to talk about it. It can be anything as long as it's movie related. I'm choosing the first topic, and just to make things simple, I chose our top 5 actresses working in Hollywood today. Now, there's some slight rules to this. First keyword is working today. So they have to be at least doing 1 or 2 movies every 2 years, like at least. So it can't be someone who hasn't worked in 5 years, just even though you may love that actress, it won't be on the list because of that. Also, we're gonna have some actresses that, they have been prominent in the past and they kind of work today, but they're not really working as much. So they're kind of like our Hall of Fame inductees. They've been one of our favorite actresses of all time.
Your Mount Rushmore of actors.
Exactly. So those are being left off of this list. So this is just, they're kind of like up-and-coming actresses or actresses that, are on the rise or on their way to being A-listers and so forth. So those are the preset rules. And the way we're going to do this, we're going to go round table. We're doing our top 5, but we're going to also mention our honorable mentions. And how it's going to work, we're going to mention our bottom 3 first. So 5, 4, and 3. Each of us are going to do that, and then we're going to go back around and do our 1 and 2 just to build a little suspense, keep each other guessing. By the way, we don't even know each other's lists. I can guarantee I can guess at least 2 actresses on Jake's list, probably yours too, Gio.
Okay, no, go for it right now.
I want to see who.
Come on.
Who?
All right, I'll say Jessica Chastain is on both your lists, and I'll say Alicia Vikander is on your list.
This guy's bullshit.
And on your list is also... I don't know. But anyways,
we'll find out.
See, we don't even know each other's lists, so this is what's going to make it a lot more fun.
I know who's on your list.
Yeah, we both know who's on his list.
Felicity Jones. Come on.
Who the hell is that?
Come on now.
Who the hell is that? Anyways, so without further ado.
Also Ava Green.
I don't know who that is either. Is she that girl in 300?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rise of Empire.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, she was in the second one?
She had the sex scene,
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know who she is. Anyways, as you can tell, this podcast is a lot more laid back and fun. So I'm actually going to start with Giorgio.
Yes, sir.
So I know you had a hard time creating this list.
Yeah, I had a hard time creating this list.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
and it's begun.
You had a tough time creating this list, Gio. So let's go ahead. I know this is not exactly in order, but I made you put them in order. So let's start with your 5 through 3. So I want their name, why you like them, what you love about them, and what are some of your favorite roles and performances by them.
Okay, that's quite a bit. All right, so number 5, Sienna Miller.
Yes.
Wow, nice.
Sienna Miller has come a long way. The first film I saw her in was G.I. Joe: Rise of the Cobra.
She was a complete hottie in that movie.
Yes,
though,
she played the Baroness.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And that film was terrible. Her role was terrible.
You can't tell me it's kind of a guilty pleasure, though.
It is a guilty pleasure to watch Snake Eyes. Come on. All right, so after that, I thought she wasn't going to do much. And she laid low, but in the past 2 years, Foxcatcher, American Sniper, Burnt. And she's about to star in Ben Affleck's new film, Live by Night, which is coming out 2017. But I just love how she's improved as an actress.
Her presence, man.
She has a presence. She does. And if there's anything that we've learned, especially in the movie like Burnt, she can hold her own.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Because in Foxcatcher, very small role. Even in, what was the other one?
American Sniper?
Yeah. A bigger role, but not that big. But Burnt showed me she has it all, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts about Sienna Miller, Jake?
I think he might talk about her a little later.
She's unbelievable. Yeah, I just watched Burnt last night, and I've already been on her train for a while, but what she's able to do, like opposite someone like Bradley Cooper, unbelievable. And she's becoming much more prominent of an actor. She's absolutely gorgeous. But even a crappy movie like Unfinished Business with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, was she in that?
She has a kind of a funny, and she's a comedic role, and it's very funny. And she has a wide range as an actress. But the one I'm looking forward to is High Rise with Tom Hiddleston.
I saw that one.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the one I'm really looking forward to. But as for her, she's downright gorgeous, and she's becoming a really, really good actress.
All right. I forgot. Are we doing honorable mentions first, or
we'll do it later? We'll do it later.
After our list?
Yeah, we'll do it later. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that
that's
makes
fine.
sense. All right. Number 4, Emma Stone.
Oh,
Emma
nice.
Stone. Yep.
wow! I was not expecting that.
Yeah. I was looking at her IMDb list,
But
and
I'm not surprised.
the wide variety of roles that she's been doing recently. At first, she had like Superbad, Zombieland, Easy A.
Zombieland. Oh my god.
Yeah, she was so amazing in Zombieland. She can be a female action star if she wanted to. Crazy Stupid Love. That was a great.
Yeah.
She's
really
Even
good,
Birdman, her best performance. Arguably.
Birdman really like.
That put her on another
She got an
level.
Oscar nomination
Yeah,
for that.
she did.
Well deserved. Well deserved. And again, just like Sienna Miller, I like how she's constantly improving as an actress. She's consistent. That's what I love about it. And I mean, Amazing Spider-Man.
She's so good as Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy.
I'm so upset that Amazing Spider-Man 2 sucked because I wanted more of her as that character.
I don't think you would have anyway. Even
But
if that movie was
not
good.
well with the rumors. With the rumors
She was
going
supposed
around,
to come back to life
yeah.
or something. Nah,
Come on.
But hey, no, I agree with you. Their chemistry was the best part of both of those movies.
Yeah.
I would have loved to seen Spider-Gwen.
Hey, we all have.
She
our
could
own
have pulled it off,
preferences, you know?
seeing what we would have saw in Zombieland. So Emma Stone is number 4, and number 3, Amy Adams.
Oh, I was not expecting that either.
Wow,
Amy
I
Adams.
can't believe I didn't even. Jeez,
You want to talk about
That's a hot redhead right there.
consistency?
she's great.
She
great.
excels in dramatic roles. She's been in so many ensemble films to where she stands out in each one of
American
them.
Hustle. She
American
was
Hustle.
great in a not so good movie.
Fighter.
Oh, the fighter. That's right.
Man of Steel. I mean,
Yeah, Lois
Lane.
Lois Lane.
Her. Anybody see her?
I haven't seen it, but
I've seen her. Yes, she's good. Man.
Yeah.
She's good. I didn't like the movie so much, but she's good.
And I didn't. This is one of the movies that I'm definitely gonna watch. Enchanted.
oh
Yeah,
where
yes.
she-
Yo, you need to watch it. You need
I
to
heard it's pretty
I need
good.
to watch it.
I haven't
She's
seen
good.
it, but
She captures the
well,
essence of a
because
princess.
it's like a princess coming to modern day. Real
She
life,
captures
right?
exactly what
Yeah.
a princess should be.
Dude, she's great. I didn't
Yeah.
even think of
Or
her.
I'll say
Wow.
a fairy tale princess coming into real life. I'll say that.
Yeah, she's amazing, consistent, just like the others I mentioned. I love her. So those are my 5 through 3.
Hold on. Well, I wanted to actually get into Gio. I want to ask you, who are some of your actresses that like they would be on this list if they were working more today, and they've been some of your favorite actresses of all time? Like,
Kate Hudson.
oh, nice.
She's
great, dude.
She hasn't done much.
Why hasn't
but
she been working?
She has a son now.
She
was just in Rock the Casbah.
Yeah.
I guess I think last few days they've announced her in a new movie too. So
No, she's always been great. Dude.
Yeah.
well, her and what was that movie with Matthew McConaughey? How to Lose
a Guy in 10
she's
Days.
so
Dude,
good in that movie.
She's awesome.
So good in that. And also
Raising Helen.
what was the movie? It's a smaller movie. It's called My Best Friend's Girl with Dane Cook and the kid from American Pie.
I think I've seen that.
Jason.
I know the main guy, right?
Jason Schwartzman?
No, the main guy in American Pie.
Yeah.
I forget his name. But it's him, Dane Cook, and she's
Jason
the girl.
Biggs.
Jason Biggs.
Jason Biggs, yeah.
She's really good in that movie, too.
Yeah.
That's a guilty pleasure movie, too.
Yeah. Another actress, I mean, Hilary Swank, you know, she very successful in her career. 2 Oscar wins as 2 Oscar Best Leading Actress wins.
And like if she was in a movie every year today, she'd probably be on your list.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
So like,
yeah.
That's why I think these actresses are worth mentioning, because some people would be like, "Why didn't you mention her?" Well, she doesn't really work that much.
Another one, Meg Ryan.
She's becoming more prominent, though. She's starting to pop up now.
Is she?
Is she working more?
Yeah, she's starting to pop up in a little bit smaller stuff now.
Yeah,
But
she took a little bit of a spread where she took off. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Sleepless in Seattle.
Yes.
Oh.
Sleepless in Seattle, You Got Mail. I love those movies. Those movies, both starring Tom Hanks. And last one, this one's more of like a guilty pleasure kind. I really enjoyed her as an actress, and I think she can do more. She has more to offer. Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah. Well,
Is that because the ass?
It is partially because of the ass. Yes.
Hey, but no, she's had her good roles, like
Anaconda with Ice Cube.
But yeah, I mean, you said
that was a good movie.
Hey, he said it right on. Guilty pleasure actress.
Yes.
That's
yes.
yeah. This is
I'm
not on my Mount Rushmore of actresses.
Hopefully, you're not talking about The Boy Next Door.
No. But like, have you guys seen Enough?
I have seen that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's also the one where she's a hotel maid.
Oh, Made in Manhattan.
Yeah.
With
I forget the dude's name.
Ralph Fiennes.
Oh,
was that him?
Yeah.
That's
I
her
didn't know
romantic
I didn't know
interest?
that.
Yes.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So you
That's
know
how much I care about her.
Yeah, those are. Come on, man.
Sorry. It's underground.
No,
Come
that's
on
all
now.
good. Yeah. That ass.
So I should have asked you that before you started your list. So I want to talk about those people first, and then we'll get into our list, and then after we're all done with our list, we'll go into honorable mentions, people who could have made the list. So for me, my Mount Rushmore, for me, so Nicole Kidman is one of my favorite actresses of all time. She even works today. Like, she does at least one movie a year, but like, she's so high up there for me. Like, she's won Oscars. I don't know. Like, for me, when I was a kid, I would always want to watch a movie she was in, and whenever she's on screen, my eyes go directly towards her, and it's just something about her. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie called To Die For, but it stars Joaquin Phoenix when he's young. He's like a teenager, and it has, I think, Matt Dillon. Is that his name?
There's a Matt Dillon. Yeah.
He's her husband in the movie, and she completely loses herself in that character. She's done it a million times, but yeah, Nicole Kidman is my favorite actress of all time. But also on my Mount Rushmore is Scarlett Johansson.
Oh my god.
ScarJo.
Look, I love Scarlett Johansson. Ever since I was like 14, I watched her in Match Point.
Point.
Is that the movie?
She's so to
the
die
tennis
for.
movie, right?
So,
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my
She's
Woody Allen.
That is when I fell in love with her, and like I love every single movie she's in. She's like Leonardo DiCaprio is my favorite actor of all time. Like she's on that level for me, not as quality as an actor, but I'm just saying, like, for example of how I feel about her. So I'm setting Nicole Kidman and Scarlett Johansson aside. They're my 2 favorites of all time.
Home Alone 3 was her like first big movie.
So putting them aside, going into my list, my number 5 is Rose Byrne. I don't know if you guys know who Rose Byrne is. She's been in everything. She was in Neighbors. She was in Spy. So this girl, I know she's worked before this, but the first thing I ever saw her in was Get Him to the Greek. First of all, that movie alone is hilarious.
No, it's not.
I don't care who you ask. That movie is hilarious.
That movie is funny, man.
And I don't even think it's a bad movie. And her role, she plays like balls to the wall stupid in that movie. Like, she's a pop star, and like, you know those parody videos that she's doing? Is she Jackie Q? Is that her name?
Yeah.
All right. I love this girl because, look. Oh, actually, that's a lie. That's not the first movie I've seen her in. The first movie I ever saw her in was Troy. And whatever you want to think about Troy.
Troy's awesome.
I love Troy.
Guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Come on now. I don't even think it's a bad movie.
No.
I don't know why it gets that rep, but she's the how do I not remember her name right now? I'm a geek when it comes to Greek mythology, but she's Brad Pitt's Achilles' love interest, and
she's really young in that too.
Absolutely gorgeous in that movie. And see, in there she's playing a more dramatic role. I love her because every single thing she pops in, she's great in for me. And
yes,
yeah, and actually, the first thing I ever saw her in was as Padme's decoy
like
in
assistant
in episode
decoy.
1.
That's
but
right.
we won't mention that. Anyways, yeah, just Troy getting to the Greek neighbors. She was the best part of that movie for me. She can do horror. She was in Insidious, the Insidious movies. She was good in that. She was in X-Men First Class in Bridesmaids.
X-Men Apocalypse.
And she could play the bitch in Bridesmaids, and even in Spy, she's crazy.
If you love her, you should watch the movie Adult Beginners.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I actually
really good.
I'm gonna go watch some more of her movies.
She's so diverse.
She's really good in that.
Like, there's no other actress on my list where I can mention this many movies of theirs that I've seen and that I like their roles. So Rose Byrne, she can do drama, comedy, everything. So she's definitely she's my number 5 actress working today. And I think she has bigger things to come. Excuse me. So, my number 4 actress working today, Anna Kendrick.
That's a good one.
I love this girl, man. She can do a lot. Like, first time I ever saw her was in the Twilight movies, which, that's where she kind of got her first start. And I mean, even though those movies were stupid, you can owe it to those movies for her career, because she probably wouldn't have been as big as she is now if it weren't for those movies. But she was great in a movie called 50-50.
Yes.
Remember, she's the psychologist
therapist
that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is seeing and becomes his love interest throughout the movie.
Lucky bastard.
She played that role really well. And she was also obviously in Pitch Perfect. See, I loved her in the first Pitch Perfect. Felt like she was giving it her all, and she was charming and adorable. I thought in the second Pitch Perfect, her character took a back seat, and it was like Anna Kendrick didn't want to be there really. And now she's doing the third one, but obviously she's probably getting paid bank to do that third one. But for me, she kind of like wasn't as good in the second one. But also, this girl can sing too. She was in Into the Woods, and she was great. And I actually really liked Into the Woods.
She can serenade you.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm sorry. To me, she is so sexy. Like, she is absolutely. I'm so attracted to her, and that's all I'll say. I won't get into detail, but.
Please don't.
I think she's a great. I think she's a great actress too. I think she's underrated. I think she can do more drama roles.
She was in End of Watch.
Oh yeah, that's true. So yeah, Anna Kendrick, she's adorable. I absolutely love her. And all right, my number 3 actress. You guys guessed this one right. Ava Green. Ava Green is my number 3 actress working today. I was hesitant to put her on my list, but then all I had to do was go back and watch Casino Royale. And that girl has something about her that probably only one other girl, a few girls on my list have. But it's just when she talks and she comes onto screen, her charisma, she demands your attention. And no matter what, like whether you find her attractive or not, your eyes are on this woman. And she can play a powerful, badass woman like she did in 300 Rise of an Empire. Obviously, she was in Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, and she fit that perfectly, A Dame to Kill For. And I plan on watching more of her movies, but I just find myself, every time I hear she's going to be in something, I'm like, whoa, what movie is that? And I dig more into it. Her next big role is actually, which I'm really worried about, is a Tim Burton movie. She's the lead. And it's called Mrs. Pettigrew's School for Peculiar Children. And it actually sounds really interesting. I was reading the synopsis on it, and then I read Tim Burton, and I was like, shit. Because she was in Dark Places with Johnny Depp.
Dark Shadows.
Oh, Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
Dark Places is a totally different movie. She was in Dark Shadows, and that movie was shitty. So hopefully she can carry on this momentum. I really enjoy her, and I think she's a tremendous actress. I think she's gonna get Oscar nominations in the future. So that's my number 3 actress. So Jake, let's turn to you, man. First of all, who's on your Mount Rushmore of actresses who are not on this list? And then what are your 5 through 3?
Okay, so starting with my Mount Rushmore, a couple of these actresses actually, they've been showing up quite a bit lately, but haven't through the last few years. The number one, if I was to rank them, the number one on Mount Rushmore is Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, wow. She's great.
I've adored her from the first moment I saw her when I was younger. Underworld franchise, not the best movies, but she kicks total ass.
Oh, yeah.
She was a dream in Pearl Harbor.
Oh, my goodness. And even in Click, dude, she's
Click. Well, there's also Van Helsing, which she was just unbelievable in. I've wanted her to break out, and even like a movie like
she was in Serendipity.
Well, the Colin Farrell one, the remake.
Yeah, I was just
the remake.
Total Recall.
Total Recall. Yeah. Yes, she was a total badass, but sexy as hell in that movie.
I don't think you could have found 2 hotter women to fight each other in that movie.
Exactly. Well, that brings me to the next one. Jessica Biel's on my Mount Rushmore.
Wow.
I have loved her.
The first Texas Chainsaw Movie.
I have loved her from some people may say she's not the best actress, but I have loved her from the first moment I saw her. My Mount Rushmore kind of is the actresses I remember from when I was a kid, who I was first introduced to. Jessica Biel is one of those from not a too good movie, but Stealth.
Yeah.
She's really, really good in that movie. Even a movie like How I Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
She was kind of really fun and entertaining in that. Yeah. Plus, she's downright unbelievably gorgeous. Oh, yeah. So it's unreal.
There's no doubting that part of these lists has to do with our attraction to these actresses. There's no doubt.
Amazing.
The next one is hard to say. She doesn't work today, but Rachel McAdams. She's been popping up a lot more lately, but she took a hiatus for a little while.
She did.
She was gone, and she came back. Again, I just remember her as a kid or younger, watching her in all these movies, growing as an actress. She's really good. If you haven't seen Southpaw yet, I'd watch Southpaw.
Would you say she could be on your list? Because she works today.
Yes, definitely.
But I see what you mean. She's made it to your Mount Rushmore already. Yeah.
Another one, Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Lost fan, and I first saw her in Lost, and I've never left her. She is just unreal. Seeing her in Ant-Man and possibly becoming the Wasp is like a dream for me. She's
crazy, man, because the first time I ever saw her was in the Hobbit movies.
See, no, I have been on her.
So to me, she's a new actress.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I've been with her since Lost, the very first season.
Awesome,
she's incredible. And the last one on the Mount Rushmore is Naomi Watts.
She's fucking amazing.
She's so good. She picks her roles. Look at a movie
Even
like
in
Birdman.
King Kong, dude.
Well, a movie like Birdman, where she was easily a side character, but she shines so much.
She transformed in that movie.
The Impossible.
Oh, The Impossible is even a better example. She crushed them in such a heartbreaking movie. Easily stand out. Did she get nominated for that movie? Pretty sure she got nominated, did she?
I'm checking that right now.
But she's, just incredible. Someone I really look forward to watching whenever she's on screen. But moving on to my actual list, 5 through 3, starting with 5, Felicity Jones.
Nice.
She hasn't been in a ton of movies. She was in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. If you don't remember, she was the assistant to.
She was supposed to be Black Cat.
To Harry.
She was the assistant to Harry.
And
She was
his dad.
She was going to end up being Black Cat. Yes.
Yeah.
Felicity. God. The character's name is Felicity.
No, it's
Felicia.
Felicia.
Yeah, Felicia
something.
I forget her last name, but
but it was so similar to her name, which I remember.
See,
we talked about that.
I was hesitant towards putting her on the list with someone else, but I just watched a movie called True Story the other day with James Franco
I need to watch
and Jonah Hill.
Yeah,
and she has this one specific scene with James Franco where she just killed it. It put her on the top of the list for me. She actually moved Sienna Miller down to number 6 for me. Ooh. Sienna Miller is right on the cusp. But I'm looking forward to seeing what Felicity Jones does, especially in the Star Wars movie. Mm-hmm. The fact that she's cast in the Star Wars movie in a movie like a Rogue One is really exciting. But moving on to 4, Jessica Chastain.
I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
It only helps that she was actually born and raised in Sacramento. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yep.
But she was born and raised here.
Wow.
But
I heard about that, but I didn't know.
From The Help to Texas Killing Fields, to Lawless, to Zero Dark 30, to Mama, to this year's Crimson Peak. To The Martian.
She was great in The Martian.
To Interstellar. A movie called A Most Violent Year with Oscar Isaac.
I haven't seen that, but
She has killed every single movie I've seen her in. I am so attracted to her when she is on screen.
You know, I didn't know that was her in Mama.
Yeah, because she has the dark black hair, and she's like plays this like really goth character.
When I realized that, I was like, that changed the whole movie for me because she's incredible.
I have been drawn to her every time she's come on screen. When I saw her in The Martian, unbelievable. Crimson Peak, a really dark character, but she's great in. But my favorite movie of her is Zero Dark 30. Yeah. That's when I was like first introduced to her as a lead actress, and it couldn't have been a better role. She's one of the most hottest girls on the planet. She's incredible at acting. She's going to be around for a very, very long time.
She's going to be in Inferno. Sorry to bother you. With Tom Hanks and
really, I didn't know that.
The third. Okay.
I know that she's going to be the huntsman. She's playing the villain in that.
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking forward to against Chris Hemsworth. That's going to be pretty cool. But number 3 for me is Margot Robbie.
Wow.
Margot Robbie.
She was my 6th man. She was the one who barely didn't make the list, just like your Sienna Miller. I just haven't seen enough from her.
Yeah, I cannot get enough of this girl.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, Wolf of Wall Street's the real like lead big interest we got into her. But she was in a movie with Rachel McAdams and Domhnall Gleeson called About Time.
Yep.
A really small role, but that's when I was like, okay, who is this girl?
Who is that? Yeah.
Who is this girl?
Right.
And I've been with her ever since, and seeing her being cast as Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad is so exciting. I cannot wait to see what she does with this kind of character. She seems to be taking on different roles each time she hits the screen.
Focus.
Well, she was great in Focus, with all the twists and turns.
What about that movie with Chris Pine and
Z for Zachariah?
Oh, Z for Zachariah. She's great in that movie. Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet.
Z for she is
I've
so
only seen her
good.
in 3 movies.
She's so good in Z for Zachariah. A really a darker movie, but she definitely holds her own against someone like Chris Pine and Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing what she does. She's super young. She's going to be around for a very, very long time.
She's going to be Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's the most exciting part. Like a sexy, dangerous, violent Harley Quinn.
And if she wasn't cast as Harley Quinn and you were like, who would you want to see play Harley Quinn?
I mean, I will even say that Margot, she's probably the hottest girl on the planet for me right now.
Yeah.
And to see her cast as one of the greatest, like almost anti-hero characters.
She's not really an
anti-hero kind of. She is, or I'll say anti-villain.
Or just character.
Yeah, I mean, it's so flipping exciting. But yeah, I mean, I can go on all day. So.
Like they always said, there's no way they can bring Harley Quinn to the big screen. Like it would just be too.
She has it. She's perfect. The perfect choice.
She's absolutely perfect. So there you have it, our 5 through 3, and that was pretty fun. I was surprised by some of your people on your list.
Were we surprised by mine?
Who was your 5, 4?
So my 5 through 3, I had 5 at Felicity Jones.
I was surprised she was on your list actually,
really?
Because I know you've enjoyed her, but I never heard you talk about her, you liking her that much, So I was surprised.
And then number 4 is Jessica Chastain.
No, I knew
good
that.
Old gorgeous redhead from Sacramento.
And I knew Margot Robbie. I thought Margot Robbie was going to be on your honorable mentions. I didn't think she would be on.
You'll be surprised by my honorable mentions. Yeah. But number 3 was Margot Robbie, who I just can't get enough of.
What was your list again? Your 5 through 3, Gio? Run it down again.
No, you just forgot.
No, I want the listeners to.
Number 5 was Sienna Miller. Number 4 was Emma Stone. Number 3 was Amy Adams.
Yeah, I was just like. I knew you liked those actresses, but I just wasn't expecting them to be in your top 5. But those are all great choices.
Yeah.
So, what we're gonna do now is give our top 2 actresses working today. Might be a little hard to keep track of, but by the end of this podcast, we'll just quickly give our 1 through 5 just to end things. But Gio, let's move to you, man. So, starting with your number 2, who are your top 2 actresses working today?
All right. Well, my number 2 is someone that Jake already mentioned. Jessica Chastain is my number 2.
I knew she was on both your lists. How did I know that?
I mean, for all the reasons that Jake just mentioned, she is incredible. Like, she has such a powerful presence on screen. If you guys haven't seen Zero Dark 30, definitely watch that movie. It is a performance-driven movie, and she delivers all throughout.
By far her best role.
Yes,
She
by
is
far
unbelievable.
her best. And she's been in some good movies.
And she's like one of the hottest badasses I've ever seen.
in The Martian.
Like
whenever she folds her arms and like does her little pose with her hair down, I'm just like, oh god.
I'm gonna get off topic here, but have you seen her ass?
Yes.
In
In
Wallace.
everything, just in everything.
Wallace.
It's like
I will say, look, she's a beautiful woman, but the best she's ever looked was in The Martian. Like her face, she was absolutely gorgeous.
yeah.
Yeah, and also
like, man,
Like she's to die for.
dude,
Man.
it's very hard to say, but she might. This is out there. She might be the best actress working today.
I personally think overall, like wide ranged and capability, she's the best actress on the planet.
Honestly, she might be. I mean, you could name a few challengers.
Yes.
You can, but she might be the best actress working today. And that's saying a lot.
Well, just look at her. Like she goes from a war film, Zero Dark 30. She does a movie like Crimson Peak.
And Mama.
She does Mama, and she also does a movie like The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby with
I heard about that. Yeah.
with James McAvoy,
and then McAvoy. But I want to see her,
and even The Help.
even though The Martian,
She was in The Help too.
even though The Martian was very humorous, like it was a.
She was the serious
It was
side.
a comedy.
She was the serious
but I want to
side.
see her do comedy. That's the next step for her. I want to see her do comedy. So we'll see.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure she'll get more roles thrown at her.
So what would you say your favorite role of hers is?
It has to be.
That's what I want to do with our top two.
It has to be
Your favorite role.
It has to be Zero Dark 30. I mean,
yeah.
You can't go wrong with that
That
movie,
she
man. I
gave
remember watching
in
that in
that
theaters
movie.
and just being like, "Oh my god!" Like insane.
She starts the movie with her just like uncomfortable of seeing Jason Clarke torture this guy. She feel like she doesn't belong
Jason
there.
Clarke was great in that movie.
That was my first experience with him.
Halfway through that movie, she's like total in control. She's like, find this guy, find that guy. I want to get this done. And at the end, she's just crying because she doesn't know what to do with her life. She spent 12 years hunting down one man, Bin Laden, and
There's a scene, if I remember, there's a scene in the hallway where she's talking to the head of the place that they're at, and she goes full blown right at him, and
Yes.
I was just like, wow.
No, I know.
Wow.
God, I don't know his name, but yeah,
Kyle Chandler.
Yep.
He's from Friday Night Lights. His name's
Yes.
Kyle Chandler.
Yes, yeah, incredible. All right, my number one.
Drum roll, please.
Anybody want to take a guess?
Alicia Vikander.
No,
Emily Blunt.
no.
Oh, what is? Hold on. Jennifer Lawrence. No. Hey, why
Is it Jennifer Lawrence?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh!
You got it.
There's
Wow.
nothing wrong with that, man.
No,
She-
not at all. Not at all.
I
she's
mean-
the best. Hey, never. Jennifer Lawrence is the best actress working today. I'm sorry. Jessica Chastain is. It's arguable. Like we were saying.
It's because Jennifer Lawrence can literally do everything.
Hey, we were saying there's challengers. If you think Jessica Chastain is the best, Jennifer Lawrence has to be right under her.
Well, because she can literally do everything, and her personality, like
Yeah.
she trips at every major event in the world, and she pulls tripping off.
Yeah,
Like, how can you not love her?
she's the best.
In the last 4 years, 3 Oscar nominations, 1 win.
And
Boom.
And she's our age. She's 24, 25.
J-Law, what's up, girl?
There
I know,
hasn't-
right? I
She
know.
is so sexy,
Dude.
guys. There hasn't been one actress who's been more dominant in the
I
last
know.
5
And
years.
she's gonna keep going.
2 big franchises, and the films in between all Oscar worthy. Like it doesn't get any bigger than that.
She's probably get nominated again.
I might be a little over the Hunger Games,
Joy comes
but
out,
she's
so-
Yeah, that's what I'm
amazing.
saying.
Yeah, her collaboration with what's his
David
name?
O. Russell?
David O. Russell,
And Bradley
amazing,
Cooper.
and Bradley Cooper. Those two are just amazing.
She was incredible in Silver Linings Playbook.
Silver
That was
Linings
like-
Playbook. That's
my favorite movie
role.
of hers. That's,
of hers.
Like
incredible.
I saw Hunger Games first, but like I didn't really know who she was when I watched the first Hunger Games. But Silver Linings Playbook, look, she's not on my top 5. She should be. She really should be. But yeah, Silver Linings Playbook, she absolutely kills.
There's
it.
a scene in Silver Linings Playbook where Robert De Niro blames her for everything.
Oh, when she walks in on the family in the
including
house?
Eagles losing, she
Oh.
just goes off on everything, and then she ends it by popping a beer with one finger and then taking a drink. And
I might need to change my list. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, seriously. But if you guys haven't seen it yet, watch Winter's Bone, the movie she got nominated for.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And that was like her first
major role. She was incredible.
If we were making a top 10 list, she would for damn sure be on there for me.
Yes.
It's just, these other actresses resonate more with me.
And since this is underground, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I am so glad they casted her as Mystique before she really took off.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Mystique in First Class and Mystique in Days of Future Past, there's a difference there.
Oh, definitely.
You see more of her figure in X-Men First Class.
She's got one of the best figures in Hollywood.
She's just, oh my God.
If you see her on the red carpet,
her body?
Yeah, if you see her on the red carpet, like because the Mockingjay stuff's going on right now, it's unreal.
She blows it away, and then her personality too.
She's so down to earth.
She tells it how it is too. Like the way she talks about the women's wage gap right now, and then how she just talks about life.
And just in red carpet interviews, like she's not a dick to the interviewers. She has fun with them and actually talks to them.
She's a real person.
Like, how is the biggest movie star on the planet the most humble movie star on the planet? That's why she's great, dude.
She freaked out when she met Jack Nicholson at the Oscars.
She's a total fan. That's what's so funny about it.
She's real, dude.
She's exactly like we are. She's just making money.
She just happened to fall into this, like, don't get me wrong, she's talented as all hell, but like she just happened to become the biggest movie star on the planet.
Yeah. So my number 2, Jessica Chastain. My number 1, Jennifer Lawrence. Hell yeah.
Well, what a list, man. That, like I said, Jennifer Lawrence should be on my list, but it just didn't happen that way. I had a tough time not putting her on my list. But so I'm gonna go ahead with my number 2, and my number 2 is actually someone you mentioned
Felicity
on your
Jones.
No, someone you mentioned on your
Rachel McAdams.
Yes, someone that you mentioned on your
Mount
Rushmore. Yes, so Rachel McAdams, and I know she doesn't work as much as she used to, but I'm including her work on True Detective Season 2 in her working today, even though it's not a movie. While True Detective Season 2 was fucking horrible, she was great in it. She was absolutely incredible on that show. I don't know if you watched it, Jake. I don't think you did.
Yeah,
right?
I fucking hated it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I absolutely hated it.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was a disaster. But Rachel McAdams was a bright
spot. She
was
on point. So was Colin Farrell, though.
Yeah,
he was great. I thought he was really good.
He was good.
I thought he was, but she was the best. I thought she gave the best performance. But I gotta go all the way back to The Notebook, man. She is adorable. She's so adorable.
Never seen it.
Really?
What? Yeah, never seen it.
Bro, I'm not like.
Don't get all mushy on me now, dude. Come on.
Like a romantic movie aside, like it's a great film. It really is. And her and Ryan Gosling have this undoubtable chemistry, even though they didn't like each other. Actually, like they didn't get along on set.
Each other on set.
But that just goes to show how great of both actors they are. They were able to put that aside and make you believe they had this real chemistry. And that movie is when I fell in love with her. She is adorable. She's like the ideal dream girlfriend. Like she's incredible. She's a badass too. Like in True Detective, she was a badass, and she can do everything. She can do drama, romance, Mean Girls. She was great in Mean Girls. She was so funny. She played the bitchy popular girl so well.
Regina George?
Yeah.
Come on now.
And
Sherlock Holmes.
The thing that like she's
God.
great in Sherlock Holmes and stupid when she died in the second one. Stupid.
Spoiler.
But yeah, my
it's been
bad.
like 10 years. Come on now.
It's Apocaflix Underground, y'all. Spoilers all day. No. Just kidding, Gio.
Bitches.
Just kidding.
How about Doctor Strange?
Oh, see, that's the best part about this is like I'm so like looking forward to her to be in that movie, and
Night Nurse.
The thing recently that like made me, because she would have been on my list regardless, like probably 5 or 4, but even though I didn't really like Southpaw as a movie, for the part that she was in, she was incredible, and
she's the wife you want.
Spoiler.
I'm not gonna lie, those scenes with her in that dress on the bed had a lot to do with me moving her up on my list.
Oh,
but it just reminded me like how diverse she is in her skill set, and you know how much she demands attention on screen. So Rachel McAdams is my number 2 actress working today, and this is was like crazy for me to put this girl number one, but I was pretty sure, and then I watched another movie with her in it.
Are we gonna take any guesses?
Well, I think you guys already know.
Felicity Jones.
Felicity Jones?
It's
Okay.
Felicity Jones. I had seen her in Amazing Spider-Man 2 and like instantly like, who is that? She's absolutely gorgeous. And not that that's all an actress has to offer. I'm just saying. So then I watch The Theory of Everything. And this girl just blew me away. Like, she was great in that film. Like, I don't know how to put it into words. She got nominated for it last year, and deservingly so. I mean, who ended up winning Best Supporting?
Best supporting?
Yeah,
Wasn't
actress.
Patricia Arquette.
Yes.
For Boyhood.
Yes.
Okay, so, ooh, man, that's tough. I mean, it's a toss-up, because I was going to say Felicity Jones maybe should have won, but maybe Patricia Arquette earned that more than she did. But she is, if you have not seen The Theory of Everything, and you have liked Felicity Jones and anything you've seen her in, go watch The Theory of Everything. She is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then I watched a few Netflix movies with her in it, just to make sure I'm like, I hope it's not just like a one-time thing, like I'm just, obsessing over this girl for one role.
Right.
Like Theory of Everything. And I watched this movie called Breathe In, starring her and Guy Pearce. And she was great in that. And then this morning, just to make sure, I watched this movie called The Chalet Girl, where she's the lead. And she's just so adorable. She can carry a movie, and when those dramatic scenes, when she's called on to do dramatic scenes, she absolutely kills it. So, and I can't go talk about her without mentioning this. She is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it hurts me to look at her face. Oof. She's like, it hurts my heart to look at her face. She's so beautiful to me.
Ooh. Bro, that's love.
I'm like in love with her. Felicity Jones, marry me, please.
Jacob is draking out.
But how great is it that she's going to star in a Star Wars movie? Now, I am scared because is this movie going to, like, not ruin her career? But you know how Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, they can never escape Star Wars. Like, a lot of people don't know who Felicity Jones is. Like, you ask your parents who she is, like, who? Nobody knows who she is. So people are going to know who she is after Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So
is that going to hurt her career? No. That worries me, but that is why Rogue One is my number one most anticipated movie for next year. Oh. Because it's Star Wars, and because she's...
It's your number one?
We're going...
Yes. Yeah, it's probably number one.
We're going into...
Well, think about the time era with Star Wars.
No, anything that says Star Wars
and
on
we might
it is
get
my number
Vader, one. Or we will get Vader in that movie, and it's starring Felicity Jones. Like, holy crap. And I know, Jake, we have speculated she might be a young Leia. I think she might be. Or she might be Sabine from Rebels.
If she's Leia, I just want to see that bikini.
Yes.
No, it's like 15 years later.
I know.
So.
Hey, but she better do like some magazine shoots.
If she's Princess Leia, she's gonna be a hardened badass.
Yeah.
Kicking ass in Rogue One.
And Leia can kick ass. We know that.
Oh yeah, we've seen it.
Exactly. So there you have it. My number one is Felicity Jones. My number two, Rachel McAdams. And that's it.
Hell of a list.
Yeah, I mean. So Jake.
All right. Well, number two. Do you guys want to take any guesses?
Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, Alicia. Well, I'll say this: my 1 and 2 are basically 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
I can't decide. I've literally been ever since we started thinking about doing this. It's flipped back and forth between these two.
It's hard, man. Like my number 5 could be my number 1. Like it's,
Alicia Vikander is just like I told you guys earlier. I went and saw Byrne last night. She was in the movie for a good 2 minutes maybe, and I am completely drawn to her whenever she's on screen. Mm-hmm. From Ex Machina to The Man from U.N.C.L.E., she was in a movie called Son of a Gun with Ewan McGregor, which is a really small role. She was great in it. Even in the shitty movie Seventh Son, she was good in it.
In that?
She was good in it.
Wow. Dude, she's been working a lot.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, she's also, I just recently watched a movie a few weeks ago, her first really major American movie, I don't know if he was even American, but she played him, it was called Testament of Youth.
Okay, I've heard of it.
It's based on a true story on a book. Incredible. It has Taron Egerton from Kingsman and Kit Harington from Game of Thrones.
Oh wow, I gotta check that out.
It's unbelievable. The stuff she goes through in this movie. She's the lead.
Oh okay.
The stuff that she goes through in the movie, and her performance is just. It might be better than Ex Machina. Like, I'll put it that way. And Ex Machina is, like, up there for me. But when you see her future movies, like Byrne from last couple weeks, The Danish Girl with Eddie Redmayne, I'm calling she'll get an Oscar nomination for it.
Yeah.
She looks absolutely incredible. A movie called Tulip Fever, The Light Between the Oceans, and then the one I'm really looking forward to is Bourne 5.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Bourne, like I am so looking forward to seeing what she does in that movie.
What did she turn down? Oh,
she
Assassin's Creed.
Which I would have loved to seen.
Yeah.
But Bourne.
Yeah.
Like come on. So, or is it Bourne? Oh, it's Bourne 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like what she's been able to do, and this is all over the last year or so.
She's blowing up, dude. She was.
So
like, I first saw her in Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Blew me away. Yeah, and then
amazing,
totally different role in Man from U.N.C.L.E.
She's diverse.
So
that diversity that she has.
She was so charming in Man from U.N.C.L.E.
And I'll say that if Ex Machina was released today, it would get an Oscar nom. It's going to be hurt by the time it was released in April.
I really hate that.
It's Fruitvale Station all over again.
Because it's one of the best movies I've seen all year.
She would have got nominated. The movie would have got nominated.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, I highly going to recommend checking it out.
I think maybe one of the leads would have got nominated.
I hope so. Yeah. But she's my number 2. Really, my second one. I am so drawn to her when she is on screen. I'm looking forward to and she's gonna be around for a very, very long time.
Oh yeah.
So moving on, my number 1. Any thoughts?
Man, I really thought she was your number 1. That's why, like, right when I said her name for number 2, I wanted to bring it back because I thought she was. But man, who? All right.
Jennifer Lawrence.
No,
it's not. It's somebody random as hell. It's somebody random.
Damn.
But it's somebody I've heard you talk about before, man. Jeez. No, I don't know, man.
I can't think of any actresses.
Emily Blunt.
Oh, shit. I should have guessed that. Are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me? I should have guessed that.
Emily Blunt is the best actress working right now. Like, currently, what she's done over the last year. Like, we'll say Jennifer Lawrence over the last 2-3 years, phenomenal. Okay? Jessica Chastain over the last 3 or 4
Emily
years.
Blunt's like the new hotness, like
exactly.
The new, like she's the new flavor of the
what
moment.
she has done with Sicario is in my top 5 movies of the year. I think she should get nominated for it. I think she will get nominated. She was just incredible at that.
Have you seen Into the Woods?
I have not seen Into the Woods.
She's great in Into
I've heard
the
she's
Woods.
really good in it. Also, Edge of Tomorrow, which people she is a total badass.
Yeah,
she stole the movie from the biggest action star on the planet, Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. And when you say that, that's pretty good. Also, Rian Johnson's Looper. In that really small role.
In that?
She was the mom.
Well, see, we didn't know who she was back then.
See,
so
she was.
We didn't think about it.
She was awesome in that movie. Really good in that kind of role she played. And also a comedy with Jason Segel, The 5-Year Engagement.
Oh, that's right.
She played his wife.
His wife, yeah.
Really, really good.
Dude, she's right on the cusp of A-list.
She's blowing up. She's blowing up.
She's right there.
And like we talk about, like, what we want to see her in. She's gonna be Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
She's gonna be Captain Marvel.
I hope so.
If she's not Captain Marvel, I am gonna be so upset.
She's perfect for it. She's absolutely perfect.
And if she becomes that role, I am so excited to see what she does in the next few years, because that role is gonna lead to so many more roles.
And she's gonna be Marvel's Wonder Woman, pretty much.
Yes, exactly.
I'm saying, like, as far as
Captain Marvel is basically a Wonder Woman. Like, she is that strong.
She's like a female
powerful.
Superman. Yes. You know.
So and but I think she's gonna steal that role. I hope she gets it. She's the best choice for it.
Yeah, definitely.
She's also in The Huntsman with Jessica Chastain. She I don't know what she plays in that movie though. I'm not sure.
We don't know.
Yeah, and
probably
then she's also
like his love interest
in that movie that's been rolling around, The Girl on the Train.
Oh yeah,
she's in that movie. Rebecca Ferguson.
With Rebecca Ferguson,
yes.
Which is crazy.
And I think she's playing the girl on the train, if I'm not mistaken.
She is. Yeah.
So she's my number 1. She's just a remarkable.
I can't believe I knew. Like, if I have her on one of my honorable mention lists, and like if I would have got to her name, I would have guessed.
She's remarkable. She is unbelievably gorgeous. She's so talented. And with Sicario, if you haven't seen Sicario, go check it out. But her going against Benicio del Toro in that
Oh
hotel
my
scene,
God.
or when she's in her apartment, oh my God.
Wow.
I mean,
so
he
crazy.
steals the movie, but she carries it.
She's my
She
favorite part of
carries
the
the
movie.
whole movie.
She's my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
But, so she's definitely my number one. But my number two, really 1B, Alicia Vikander. Can't go wrong with either of them. So.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the same for all of our lists. Like, our number 4 could be our number 1. Like, it's interchangeable.
Well, for me, the 1 and 2 are steps ahead of 3, 4, 5. But
Yeah.
it flips back and forth. Every movie I see, like from The Man from U.N.C.L.E., I had Alicia Vikander ahead. But then when Sicario came out, I put Emily Blunt ahead.
So you thought Felicity Jones was my number 2. So who did you think my number 1 was? Like, you weren't thinking about it?
No, I wasn't thinking about it. No.
But you knew Felicity was going to be on my list.
I had a feeling. I thought Margot Robbie was going to be on there somewhere because I
know.
even enjoy the hell out
Speaking
of
of
her.
that, let's talk about our honorable mentions, dude. I love Margot Robbie. Don't get me wrong, dude. I had such, like, look at this. Like, I had on my computer board right now, it says, like, I have my top 5 and I have a 6th spot with Margot Robbie in it. Like, it was so hard for me to not put her in that. And it's just because I haven't seen enough of her. Like, with Felicity Jones, you could say the same, but I went out of my way to watch more of her movies. So I guarantee you, once Suicide Squad comes out, Margot Robbie goes to, like, number 2. Like,
Hey, I'll say something crazy. Is there a chance of her getting nominated for an Oscar for that?
Who?
Margot Robbie.
For
Suicide Squad.
oh man,
Comes out later in the year. Could we see the first superhero movie or
Heath
comic book
Ledger.
movie?
Heath Ledger, Dark Knight.
But he got nominated.
He won.
No.
He won.
Oh, he won?
Yeah.
Okay.
He won.
Well, I'll just say nomination then.
I think it's possible. I think the barrier needs to be broken for not just dramas and epics and movies based on true stories getting nominated. Every movie should be fair game to get nominated in every role. So, do I think she's going to give a good enough performance to get nominated? Yes, but I don't think she will because the fucking Oscar voters are bullshitting.
Well,
and they're not going to give those type of movies chances.
Will their excuse be not enough screen time? She's not a real supporting actress.
Well, I hope not, because that argument's worked against them in the past. You look at a good example is Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. You know, he wasn't in the movie that much, but he got nominated. You know, he was amazing.
They always come up with excuses to fit to make up for their mistakes, So, like, if, let's just say, for example, this is just throwing something random out there. Let's just say X-Men Apocalypse is like the top 3 movie next year, regardless of genre. I'm just saying, for example, then it should get nominated. Like, Inside Out, as far as the movies I've seen this year so far, should be nominated
For Best Picture.
For Best Picture, no question. It's one of the best films I've seen all year, and it's probably not going to be. So this is just another problem, but I think she would probably deserve it. But
if it was good.
Yeah.
We're saying if it was great.
Trust me, she's going to get her time.
Yes. No. Yeah.
Dude, she's 24.
Yeah. Hey, Margot Robbie, what's up?
Margot
Seriously.
Robbie, Jennifer Lawrence.
I would choose her over everybody.
Margot
Robbie.
Yeah.
If I had the choice, Margot Robbie or Alicia Vikander.
Mine would be
one or the
Felicity
other.
Jones.
Margot.
Girl,
I have a thing for blondes.
Felicity
so.
Jones, I can tell. But Felicity Jones has stolen my heart. And she's like 32. I don't care.
She's the hottest 32 I've ever seen.
I don't care. I would marry that woman.
Yeah.
Right now. Just kidding.
Wow,
I'm
okay.
not that weird. Just kidding.
Damn, ScarJo gonna be pissed.
I know, right? Nah, she's
What's up, ScarJo?
She's wifed up. Damn, Nick, you're hollering at everyone through the podcast. Well, that is our list. So I just want to let's give a few of our honorable mentions. Like, who are you considering putting on this list? Let's start with you, Gio.
Well, I kind of thought I already
did you?
gave my honorable. Was that the
No,
honorable
you
mentions?
gave Mount Rushmore. A few that didn't make the top 5.
Did you think that was the same thing?
Oh,
kind of.
I'm confused.
Oh, no, you're
Fuck
fine.
right
Well,
now.
look, that's the same thing, though, really.
Well, Jennifer Lopez is not on my Mount Rushmore, guys. Just
No,
so
of
you
course
know.
okay.
Don't think Jennifer Lopez
Oh,
is
but
on
your
my Mount.
other people, like I believe they could be on your Mount Rushmore. Like the
Oh
other
yeah,
actresses
yeah,
you
like Hilary
listed.
Swank,
Yeah, hell
Meg
yeah.
Ryan, Sandra Bullock.
See, you didn't mention Sandra
All right,
Bullock.
so
There you go.
who are like some lesser actresses that like you really enjoy them, but they're not yet in your top 5? Like, can you think of anyone off the top of your head?
Well, some of the actresses that you
Probably
guys
Emily
mentioned.
Blunt.
Emily Blunt was definitely in the conversation, especially after Sicario. Margot Robbie, I mean, I loved her in Focus. Like, her chemistry with Will Smith, amazing. Like, she is
so effing sexy.
She is.
Just in Wolf of Wall Street. That scene in the baby room.
Well, that scene. But there's also a scene where she gets butt ass naked in that movie.
Of course. When the movie first starts.
And there's also a scene in Focus where she's in that black bathing suit.
Yeah, dude. She is the hottest woman on the planet. I mean,
she's the hottest woman on the planet. Well, Charlotte McKinney gives her a run for her money, man.
Who?
Charlotte McKinney. You don't know Charlotte, the girl from the Carl's Jr. commercial, who was just in the new Call of Duty commercial?
Oh, okay.
Dude.
The blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with you and blondes, bro?
I don't know. But I also have a thing for the other girl in that commercial, Cara
Delevingne?
Cara Delevingne.
Oh, y'all don't know about Cara?
Dude, that is so awesome. She drops down and Michael B. Jordan's like, what? You don't know all about Cara?
Mm-hmm.
So
She's
cool.
awesome. I mean, I actually haven't seen her in a role. I wanted to...
Enchantress, dude.
Dude, I wanted to go watch... How many times did I try to go watch Paper Towns earlier
It's good.
this year,
She's
man?
good. She's good.
I wanted to see that movie so bad.
Hey, it's on popcorn time.
I'll watch it eventually.
And one more...
go ahead. No, we're still on you.
One more I'll mention is Kristen Stewart. She has really come a long way.
Well, I heard she's given a really good
on her for
some really good
Twilight,
performances lately.
And yeah, she's dope. But recently, I mean, I haven't seen Still Alice, but
what was she just in?
She was
American
in
Ultra.
American Ultra.
Yeah, she was good in that.
She was good in that.
I heard she's really good in that. And there's also a movie she led. It's called Camp X-Ray.
Camp X-Ray, yes, yeah. Like she's really coming on to her own, guys.
No, that's awesome.
I would after this run, I would have loved to seen her return as Snow White.
Yeah, why not?
Because of now that she's starting to open up more.
Yeah, and I've never disliked her.
I love the idea of that movie.
I never disliked
the
her.
idea of that movie.
Every time you bring up that, I just
it's a disappointment.
It's
a disappointment.
Well, wasn't
hate
she
that
sleeping
bitch,
with
man.
the director or something?
She slept with the yeah, she did.
Mm-hmm. That was a whole big controversy about
who was the director.
Supposedly, look, we're not into Hollywood gossip at all.
She slept
but
with him.
The story was that she cheated on Robert Pattinson. She was cheating on Robert Pattinson with the director of Snow White.
I had no
Rupert
idea.
Sanders.
Wow.
That
Get it, girl.
motherfucker.
And who cheats on Robert Pattinson? I'm just playing.
And guess who came?
Dude, the dude sparkles in sunlight. Come on.
Guess who came to Robert Pattinson's aid? Reese Witherspoon.
Oh,
Take
shit.
that, bitch.
Get it,
Really?
girl.
Well, they
Hell
started Water for Elephants
Water
or
for
whatever
Elephants.
together. All right, so I just want to give a few of my honorable mentions. Were you done?
Reese Witherspoon. Now that I remembered.
Well, I'll start. Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah, he loves her.
Reese Witherspoon, I can't believe she didn't make my list, honestly. I absolutely love Reese Witherspoon. Just in Walk the Line, one of the best performances I've ever seen. Ever, period. Not even from a female actress, ever. She won an Oscar for that, right?
Let me check. I'll check.
I think she did, yeah.
Fact check.
But if you haven't seen this movie called Freeway, starring Reese Witherspoon, it's kind of a disturbing movie. It's kind of a play on Little Red Riding Hood, but it's a rated R. And who's the guy in the movie? Oh, Kiefer Sutherland. He's a creep in that movie. But she was great.
She won for...
she won an Oscar for Walk the Line. Legally Blonde. Say what you want about those movies.
Dude, you can't go wrong with some Legally Blonde.
I love those
Come
movies.
on.
They're so fun. And Wild last year. She was incredible. She killed it.
Sweet Home Alabama.
And look, all of these actresses deserve to be on my top 5, and I don't know why they're not. But so Kate Winslet, like I've always loved her ever since Titanic, and but after seeing her in Steve Jobs, it took her to another level for me. Her performance in Steve Jobs, she better get nominated. She better effing get nominated. She better fucking get nominated.
Oof, yeah.
So, anyways, Kate Winslet, Jessica Chastain is definitely on my honorable mentions. Emma Watson, who she's on the same level as Felicity Jones, where I look at Emma Watson and my heart hurts. Like she's drop dead. She's gorgeous.
She's unbelievable.
And I'm so excited. Like Beauty and the Beast is my favorite animated film of all time, and she's playing Belle. Like how perfect is that? Like that's incredible. And of course, I was a kid when the Harry Potter movies came out, so I can say this. I was like in love with her when I.
I'm easily in love with Hermione Granger.
You wait till you see her in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, obviously Jennifer Lawrence, the best actress working today. Elizabeth Banks, I absolutely love Elizabeth Banks.
She's a dream. Like she's like a Jennifer Lawrence. Her personality. I just watched. She was on Jimmy Fallon last night. She's insanely
I didn't know
awesome.
she was married, man. It kind of
She's insanely
broke my heart,
awesome.
But,
she has 2 kids.
Just even in the Hunger Games and Pitch Perfect and the 40-Year-Old Virgin, she's great in everything she's in. Zack and Miri, another one up and comer. The rest. Oh wait, one more like honorable mention. Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is great. She's one of the best actresses working today. There's no question about that either. But like kind of more actresses on the rise that, like when I see more work from them, they could be one of my favorites. Brie Larson from 21 Jump Street. She was in The Spectacular Now, Trainwreck.
Room.
Yeah, Alicia Vikander is on there. Rebecca Ferguson. I've only seen one role from her, but I'm now excited for everything she does going forward, and Emily Blunt too. So those are all actresses that are some of my favorites working today, but they just didn't make my top 5. So Jake, what were some of your honorable mentions?
I have a lot of them, and they're all worthy of being on my list. To start, I already mentioned her, Sienna Miller. Easily could have been on my number 5.
Yeah.
Kate Mara is someone I've been drawn to.
Hey, she's on mine too.
She's someone I've been drawn to for a very, very long time.
She's great.
She's very, very good in House of Cards.
Yeah.
And The Martian, and she has a bunch more roles now, and I'm looking forward to seeing her kind of break out. Leah Seydoux is on here.
Nice.
From Spectre.
Yeah,
she was also great in What Blue is the Warmest Color, and she was also in Mission Impossible 4.
Was she the lead in Blue is the Warmest Color?
Yes.
She's the lead?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I think she's going to become.
I did not know that.
I think she's going to become more prominent. She's stunningly beautiful, and I thought she was the best part of Spectre, personally. I thought she did a really, really good job with the character she was given.
Yeah, she was. Mm-hmm. I mean, some of the action was pretty awesome, but
well, yeah, of course.
Like as far as characters, she was probably the best part. Yeah.
Emma Watson, Hermione Granger, man, you can never go wrong with her.
It's like if I would have seen more of her movies, like I haven't even seen Perks of Being a Wallflower, which I really want to watch. Oh my god,
you seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got it. She is so good in that movie.
Look, I haven't even seen the movie. I almost bought it the other day.
She is so. I have it. Yeah. She is so good in that movie. She's also really good in the movie Noah, even though it was like okay received. She was really good in that. Brie Larson, I mentioned. She's on the rise. She's gonna be around for a very long time. Jennifer Lawrence could have easily made my list. She would have been in my list, but I think that she's been doing such the similar roles lately, other than the Hunger Games movies. Like if you look at Silver Linings Playbook and
American Hustle,
and now Joy, they're all kind of almost as similar.
Funny because it's all David
same
O. Russell.
director, exactly. So I kind of want to see her. Like I'm really looking forward to the movie with her and Amy Schumer that they're doing. Because that movie is going to really it's probably going to solidify her as like one of my favorite actresses.
Well, for me, like she could be my number 1. She really could be, but for me, she's almost like, even though this is way too early, she almost is like on that list of.
That's how she is for me too. She's already that good.
Rushmore.
She's already that good.
I would say like put Nicole Kidman, Scarlett Johansson, and Jennifer Lawrence. They're up here, and these other actresses are just the ones I like.
Yeah, she's already that good.
Exactly.
So, and then 2 others, Lauren Cohan, she plays Maggie in The Walking Dead.
Oh,
she plays Maggie in The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
She is not only incredibly beautiful. I was
thinking of her younger sister, but
but she is absolutely gorgeous. But she's a really, really good actress.
What else has she been in?
She's in a new movie coming out. It's a horror movie. It's called The Boy.
Okay.
But there's actually a rumor going around. People. The super fanboys who skim through every second of trailers, they apparently on the internet, there's a screenshot going around of Thomas Wayne in the Batman vs Superman trailer, and it looks like Lauren Cohan in the background playing Bruce's mom.
Really? Like
it looks like her. No, nothing's been confirmed.
Was that like other people are saying that?
Yeah, it's been on the internet. Like it was posted on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. Okay. But it looks like her in the background. And if she's playing Bruce Wayne's mom, like this could be the starting point for her becoming much bigger.
Oh yeah,
but
she deserves it.
She's amazing in The Walking Dead.
I only watched like the first 4 seasons of Walking Dead, but
she's good.
Great.
She the last week's episode was focused on her. It was so good.
Spoilers.
Well, that's not a spoiler.
Well, she could have died up to this point, and everyone dies on that show.
Oh well,
who?
So like
nothing. Well,
just whatever.
Oh. Okay. And lastly, I've only seen her in one thing. but I feel like she could break out into a really
same for me
good
with
career.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Emily Bett Rickards,
who
plays Felicity on Arrow.
Heck yeah.
Her character is so amazing on that show.
Dude, and she's a great actress.
Like this past Wednesday's episode was all about her. Mm-hmm. Her character is one of my favorite parts of the show. The way she communicates with everybody.
Guess what?
The way she acts.
She's about 24 too.
She is. She's.
Oh, you know what? She has my same exact birthday, July 24th.
Man, aren't you just made in heaven for each other?
I know.
Anyway,
right?
I know. Go get
she
it.
is.
I'm sorry, Jake.
She makes the most nerdy of characters look absolutely gorgeous. But I really want to see her break out into something. If that's another TV show, if that's a movie, whatever it is.
Wow, same year too.
Her character is a really comedic, good balance in the show. So I really look forward to seeing her eventually break out at some point. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I always enjoy seeing her on the show. So
well, if we're like, I wasn't gonna mention any TV actresses, but I mean, I feel the same way about Katie Lotz, who plays the original Black Canary, plays Sarah Lance on the show. I think she has it, dude. I think she could slowly break out into doing movie roles. But
well, she has a movie called The Machine.
Oh, she's been in a few movies.
Yes, there's a movie called The Machine. There's also a movie called 400 Days, where it's about astronauts. She's in the movie.
I know. I looked up some of her roles. She's really attractive and she's pretty good too. But I agree with you, Emily Bett Rickards. I think she is gonna blow up eventually.
She's amazing.
I think while she's doing Arrow, she's gonna do a few movie roles.
Well, that's like Stephen Amell.
And then
Stephen Amell, man, Casey Jones.
I think eventually, I think Stephen Amell is gonna become a movie star, and I think she will too, because she's so young that she has time. It's not like maybe the actor that plays John Diggle, maybe he's a little too old to break out in Hollywood. There's certain roles he could play. But
He was actually in a movie I just saw the other day.
But I just think Emily Bett Rickards has enough time to break out, some actresses don't break out till they're 30 and then they become huge movie stars. So she has enough time.
He was in Draft Day. He was part of the boardroom.
Really? That's
and
awesome.
He was also in Con Air.
Really?
He's great.
Yeah.
Those three leads are amazing. So, all right, Gio, did you have any more honorable mentions? Or
no. I just got done with Arrow season 3, and
you weren't satisfied.
hopefully she gets better. That's
Who?
just my opinion.
You didn't like her?
Felicity?
Nah.
Well, that was her worst season, I'll say.
Well, that was all the worst season.
The character. Yeah, it was the whole series. But yeah, no, she's great.
We'll save that for off the air.
Yeah. No, hey, she's her character
I'll just say
is a great
she is getting
evolution.
better.
Her character's a great evolution.
She's getting better. Well, I think that's going to wrap up our first Apocaflix Underground podcast. I think it was fun. You guys agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
You don't got to watch even though Gio didn't even let loose as much as I would expect.
Nah.
No.
Well, and you guys can't see that, but we're having a few beers, kicking back.
We're just having some beers, chilling. We would have had this conversation just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically the point of these podcasts. We're just talking movies, turn on the mics, and happen to.
I wish we would have done that
subject.
earlier because we had a great conversation earlier.
What were we talking about? I don't know. Movies.
Yeah,
We were talking about something. Comic book stuff.
Yeah.
And, our top 10 from last year.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, we're talking about doing that for our next podcast or one of the next Hollywood bunkers. Looking back a year later at our top 10 from last year, I think that'll be very interesting because your perspective changes so much from that point. So I think I'm going to let Gio pick the next subject. If he's cool with that, that might be it. But if not, we'll do it in the next couple weeks because, the year is coming to an end. So I want to thank all you beautiful listeners for listening. And I'm your host, Jacob Bartley. You can find me on Twitter at Governor Bartley, on Facebook at Jacob Bartley. And please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it. We would really appreciate it. We're trying to do big things and include all of you listeners and viewers, and just want to thank you. And I'm here with Gio Ramos. Where can they find you online, man?
You guys can find me on Twitter at JojoRamos24 and on ApocaflixMovies.com. Now fuck off and enjoy your weekend.
And Jake Berlin, where can they find you?
Holy shit. Twitter, Instagram at Qui-Gon Jake. You can find us at Facebook at Apocaflix Movies. Also at ApocaflixMovies.com. Make sure you like and share our page, guys. We're trying to do big things here, and we're looking forward to the future. So,
all right, peace the fuck out. We'll see you next time.